Trust. Trust is built little by little, day by day, season by season. Trust that the hard afternoons in September are worth it for one weekend in March. Trust that your body will respond even after it has let you down. Trust that while the battles can be won alone, it takes everyone to win. Trust that the results won't always reward the preparation. Trust that when the opportunity comes, each player on that bench is prepared to seize it. Trust that the winning goal is just a few seconds away. Trust that the game is too fast for second thoughts and second guessing. Trust that you're going to get yours, they're going to get theirs, but only one of you will have the resolve to see it through. Trust that the big victories are worth celebrating, and trust that they are all big victories. Trust that every single detail matters. Trust your teammates. Trust your coaches. Trust your family. And most importantly, trust yourself. Welcome to tonight's Midwest High School Hockey League game between the home Dubuque Saints and your visiting Des Moines Capitals. Warm-ups are underway. Just starting the Capitals lineup right now.
At forward number 2, Trevor Bartholomew. And in goal, number 1, Jackson Fleming.
There they are.
The Capitals are coached by Tony Wheel, assisted by Cooper Cook, Trevor Savo, and James Curran. And now, the starting lineup for your Dubuque Saints. At defense, a senior from Hempstead High School, number 23.
Starting at defense, number 23, senior from Dubuque Hempstead, Captain Bryce Beshing.
At defense,
joining him at defense, also a senior from Cuba City High School, number 37, Nico Sukocha.
At forward, a senior from Hempstead High School, number 5.
Also starting from Dubuque Hempstead, a senior, number 5, Corbin Deutsch.
At forward, a senior from Platteville High School, number 21, Carter.
Starting at wing, senior from Platteville High School, number 21, Carter Kirkenbush.
A junior from Hempstead High School, number 13, Seven.
And finally, at center, number 13 from Dubuque Hempstead, number Sammy Ruiz.
From Waller Catholic High School,
Man between the pipes tonight will be number 31, junior from Wallet Catholic High School, number 31, Colton Stoll.
By Oscar Mullenberg, assisted by Joe Stipe and Justin Mullenkamp and Jeff Baker.
Cameraman's a little crazy on the Zoom tonight.
Contest is designed by the Midwest High School Hockey League. We have referees Colin Waddick and Thomas Richter, linesmen Dave Blondin and Sam Richter. Fans, we ask that you now please rise, face the flag, remove your caps for the playing of the national anthem.
Song has been sung. Players are putting their buckets on. We'll drop the puck here in just a matter of minutes. My cameraman broke his camera. What did you do? So hard to find good help. And we're back. Colin Waddick's made the trip up from the Quad Cities to ref tonight's game.
All right, Saints fans, it's Saturday night. It's a big game in Dubuque. We need you making some noise. Let's go, Saints!
Saints come up to the face-off dot. Face-off won by Des Moines. They'll cycle it back D to D, plays it over to the near side. Up into the neutral zone. Knocked away by Deutsch. Caps will force it back. Now it's Deutsch. Across the red line, into the attacking zone by Ruiz. Ruiz drives wide of the net. Circles behind. Around the world in 27 seconds. Deutsch has got it now. Plays it into his own feet. Chipped out to the face-off dot. Now Des Moines to collect. Worked it around the far side. Kirk's got it. Centering pass. Loose block shot. Oh, just wide of the net by Deutsch. Deutsch, or Kirkenbush, big hit behind the net. Sheehy off the bench. Poke loose by Weiner. Sheehy on a breakaway. Being chased down. No shot. Come on, Sheehy. Kretz has got it now. Dumps it into the zone. Wrapped around behind the net. Loose puck. Weiner collects in the corner. Feathers it out to the middle. Stolen. Puck covered. And we'll get a whistle. My cameraman, who struggles to control the camera, tells me Fleming's the goalie. Fleming.
Generously donating to the team for the 2024-25 season.
Sheehy in for the face-off. Out there with Jackson Heacock, Cade Weiner. Des Moines controls. Back to Nico Ruiz. Tripped in front by Weiner. Off to the corner. Heacock battles for it there. On the far boards. Sent down to the corner. Sheehy knocks it loose. Back to the point. Kretz fires on net. Blocked in front by the defender. Raptor on the far side. Jumps over Sheehy's stick. And Capitals come back 3-on-2 with some speed. Chipped into the zone. Stoll settles it. Plays it back up the near side. Ruiz gets it to Sheehy. Sheehy ahead to Weiner. All the way down below the goal line. Caps will take it behind the net. Sheehy takes it out. Tries to kick it out to Weiner. Can't quite finish. Taken away by Heacock. Check from behind. No call. Sent down below the goal line. The Caps will start it out. Carried up the far side. They'll take it into their own attacking zone. Drop pass there. Now sent down behind the goal line. Thrown out in front. Nobody home. Shot redirected to the corner. This puck bounces over to the Cap stick. They'll try and work it down. Stolen by Nethery. Tried to play it ahead to Steffes. Caps control in the defensive zone. They'll work it out the other side. Jensen Hill now brings it back on the attack. Carries it across the blue line. Knocked to the corner. He collects it there. Flips it out in front. Shoulder high pass for Nethery. Couldn't quite catch it. Fired down to the corner. Saints will go for a change. Caps wheel behind their own net. Long pass up the middle. All the way down to the defensive zone. Now kicked ahead to Mueller. Taken away by the Caps. Around the back of the net it goes to the far corner. Sugacha. Down there. Schultz takes a big hit to the chest. It's played ahead. Mueller's got it there. Throws a body in, and the Caps will dump it back behind the net. Stoll stops it. He'll ring it around the boards. Sweeps there to pick it up. Plays it off to Beshin. Beshin now out through center ice. Caps control there. Alex Hinkle, back from a academic layoff, plays it out to the far side. Caps now, 2-on-2, full speed, into the attacking zone, taken away by Deutsch. Deutsch tries to drop it back to Sammy. Kretz, long pass, chipped into the zone by Kirk, wrapped around to the near corner. Played back behind the net. Kirk's got it, hits the brakes, comes off the near side, so not in front. Can't connect with Deutsch. Deutsch there. The Capitals working off the far side. Ruiz brings it back into the near side. He'll dump it in. Shot just wide of the net. Caps have it in the corner. Out through center ice. Chipped back in by Kretz. Saints tag back up to avoid the icing. Offsides. Drop pass there by the Caps. Shot from the goal line. Kicked out to the front by Deutsch. He tried to chip around one. Couldn't quite get it. Now it's Ruiz behind the net. Hard off the boards. Caps steal. He takes it back. Clears the zone. Out to center ice. Caps will dump it back in the zone. Ruiz is there. Plays it up. He chips it up to Heacock. Heacock taking off the puck. He collects it on the far side. Works it into the zone. He's knocked off there. Heacock back to Ruiz. Back up to Heacock. He battles for it in front of the scores table. Sent back to Nico Ruiz on the defensive zone. He'll play D to D off to Beshin. Beshin ahead to Weiner, steps away from one. He battles for it on the boards. He's got it there. Ridden off the puck. Caps will circle behind their own net. Weiner down there pressing the issue. Chipped away by Heacock. Loose in the slot. Shot. Saved by the Caps goaltender. Fleming, I'm told.
Of course, those sponsors include our platinum sponsors, Daddy's Cafe.
So with 11:46 left in the first period, Saints ahead on shots, 3-2. They've been bringing the pressure a little better than we did in the JV game. We'll get Gavin Nethery out for the faceoff. He's out there with Brody Steffes, Jensen Hill, Iko Sukachev, and Bryce Beshin will back up. Puck's down. Caps control. They'll play it out to center ice. Beshin sends it back in. Still delayed offsides. Still delayed offsides. That was still offsides, Richter. But hey, refs can be wrong. Happens all the time. Stolen by Steffes. Loose puck. Chipped out to the neutral zone. Dumped on net. High and over the top. Beshin now has the puck chipped away. Caps steal it. They'll drive it down to the goal line. Play it around there. Off to the corner it goes. Beshin collects it there. He'll work it out to the neutral zone. Taking it in. Now they're in to chase it. Mueller picks it up just before it goes out to the blue line. Caps advance it into the attacking zone. Drive Y at the goal line. Chipped it out to the slot. It's taken away there. Mueller's got it now. Plays it off the boards ahead to Henkel. Henkel loses the stick, and he's offsides. Now collected. They'll play it back out. Send it the length of the ice for an icing. 10:27 left. Shots tied at 3. We're still scoreless here in Dubuque.
Millennium Bar and Grill, Nolan Weber Insurance, The Doghouse, Plum Supply Company, The Westfall Company.
We'll get Sammy Ruiz to belly up to the dot. He'll be flanked by Kirk and Deutsch. Kretz and Ruiz back on D. Caps win the faceoff. Back to the D. Stolen by Kirk on the boards. Works it down to Ruiz, who lost a stick. Played through center ice by the Caps. Poke loose by Kretz. Again, knocked loose. We lost a net guard out there. Or it's an octopus of the African persuasion. Kirk walks it down the slot. Loses the puck. Gets a shot off. Back behind the net. Kirk battles for it. The Caps will play it to the corner. Caps will work it out the far side. Taken into the attacking zone. Right to the slot. Puck knocked loose. Plays out to center ice now. Caps have it there. Dumped into the zone. Ruiz feathers ahead to Sheehy. It's poked loose there. Now Heacock will bang it in. Fleming plays it beyond his own net. Loses control. Weiner's back there to get it. He's knocked off the puck. Cap spin, and they'll go back behind their own net. Weiner's still back there pesting. Now Heacock steps in. He'll try the forecheck. Long cross ice pass. Kicked down by Sheehy. Has to wait until his team gets back on side, which they did. We're saying they didn't. Shot on net. Instant offsides. Normally that would go all the way down. Some discussion. The cameraman says it should go all the way down. I say it should go all the way down. They didn't ask us. I think they realized they screwed up. Shouldn't have been offsides. Regardless, puck's down. Caps have it. Jumps over Bession's stick. He collects it. Tries to play it off the boards. Now it's Hill. Plays it ahead to Brody Steffes. Steffes battles for it in the slot. Caps walk away with it. Taken away by Gavin. Sent down to Jensen. Loose puck collected by Brody. Brody will knock it down to the corner. Around the back of the net they go. Big hit by Nethery. Gavin knocks it back behind the net. The Caps pick it up there. They'll play it out the near side. Back to Suk. Suk's got it in the defensive zone. Plays it over to Beshin. Beshin walks it across the red line and dumps it in. Jumps over the stick of Fleming. Into the near corner. Sent back behind the net. The Caps will try and regroup back there. CJ Mueller in now. Tries to get it up. Schwartz will send it back down to the near corner. Henkel knocks it into the corner again. Back behind the net, the Caps go. They'll work it off the far side. Puck squirts off his stick. Schwartz has got it. Plays it across to Mueller. Mueller now works it along the boards. Long pass up to Schwartz. Schwartz will take it in the attacking zone. Thrown just wide of the net. Mueller picks it up there. Big hit in the corner. Played out the far side. Caps got a little 3-on-2 developing here. Shot, saved by Stoll. Kick to the wall. Ruiz will play it out for an icing. So with 7:24 left in the first period. Still goose eggs on both sides. Puck's down. Deutsch has got it. Gets it ahead to Kirk. Kirk and Deutsch, 2-on-1. Kirk tries it wide. Centering pass. Deutsch gets a piece of it, just not enough. And the Caps will take it the other way. Sammy Ruiz gets involved here. Nice forecheck. Caps will play it down below the goal line. Nico Ruiz back to get it. Works it out the far side. Chipped ahead to Kirk, who tries to get it out. Held in at the blue line. Sammy's got it now. Centering pass off to Deutsch. He'll advance it down the ice again. 1-on-3. Weaves at the blue line. Shot. Deflected high over the net. Caps pick it up. Whole head of speed out of their zone. Sammy Ruiz knocks it loose over to Kretz. Kretz will play it back to Ruiz behind the net. Ruiz has got it there. Drops it off for his brother. He'll play it off to Kretz. Kretz advances it through the neutral zone. He'll dump it in from the red line. Bouncing puck. Covered by Fleming. No one within 20 feet. But now we'll get a whistle. Xander Sheehy will step out. He's got Weiner and Heacock on either side of him. Back by Besh and Suk. Caps win the faceoff. Raptor on the boards. Taken away by Heacock. Now they'll force it back in. Played back to the Caps D. Walks it through the middle. They'll play it out to the far side. Chips it into the zone. Collected by Beshin. Throws it ahead to Sheehy. Spinorama to get away from one. Plays it back to Suk. Suk sends it up ahead. Gloved down by the Caps defender. Now Weiner's got it. He'll walk it into the blue line. Oh, sends a cross ice pass. Couldn't connect it to Heacock. Caps will race it the other way. Zook back. Takes the man out of the equation. Drives him into the back wall. Then pats him on the back for doing it. Now it's Weiner. Hard up the boards. Up to Heacock. Sends it into the zone. They'll go for a change. Caps collect behind their own net. They'll work it back to the near side. Henry Ferrari now plays it out. Back to their D. Knocked loose by Hill. It's all the way back to the Caps' defensive zone. They'll circle behind their own net. Cycled back there. Plays it out the near side. Parker sends it ahead. Up to Henry Ferrari. Taken away by Nethery. Caps now into the attacking zone. Shot saved by Stoll. He'll hold on for a whistle. We get Schwartz, Mueller, and Henkel out for the faceoff. Eli Schwartz will be the man in the middle. Belly's up to the dot. Puck's down. Shot saved by Stoll. Knocked away by Mueller. It's played out in front of the benches. Taken away by the Caps. They'll dump it back in. Ruiz back to get it. Has it below the goal line. Tries to play it to Mueller, just out of his reach. Caps will force it back down. Mueller spins towards the boards. Plays it back to the Caps D. Big shot. Wide of the net. Now back behind the goal line. Ruiz knocks his man off the puck again. He'll try and play it ahead to Mueller again. It's knocked back in. Caps take it back around behind the net. Out to the point it comes. Poke loose. Ankle's got it there. He's got Mueller for help. Takes it to the faceoff dot shot. Wide of the net. Caps will advance it in front of the benches. Poke loose by Sammy Ruiz. Over to Beshin. Beshin through center ice. Knocked back by the Caps D. Deutsch wins the race. Kicks it back to Kirk. Kirk tries to walk around one. It's taken away by the Caps. They'll send it up the middle. Tipped by Sammy Ruiz. No icing. Sukchop plays it up the far side. Ruiz is there. Pass stolen. Beshin picks it up. It's taken away from him. Now sent up to Kirk. Back to Beshin. Caps collect it. Takes it into the offensive zone. They'll drive wide at the goal line. Set in front. Puck kicked over the net. Still loose. All kinds of bad things happening down there. All the way back to the Caps defensive zone. Now played ahead to Weiner. Weiner gets it over just in front of Sheehy. They'll work it up the far side. Sent it the length of the ice. Nobody home. Icing. Sheehy bellies up to the dot. He's got Weiner and Heacock with him. Caps win the faceoff again. They'll ring it around in front of their bench. Played it up ahead. Kretz forces the play wide. Weiner kicks it up to Heacock. Heacock spins it off to Sheehy. Gets it out to neutral zone. They'll play it back into the zone. Kretz ahead to Heacock. Tries to get it to Sheehy. He'll carry it out of the zone. It's a hand pass. Controlled by Dubuque, so no pass. Caps will take it back behind the net. Fake pass. Got Weiner to buy it. Caps take it into the zone. Drives wide of the net. Saved by Stoll. Weiner play it off the boards. All the way back to the defensive zone. He takes a bad angle and goes wide. They'll play it around Heacock. Into the attacking zone with some speed. 4-on-2. Shot. Saved by Stoll. Weiner the other way. Chips it ahead to Sammy Ruiz. Ruiz sends it down to the corner. Caps have it there. Gets the brakes and goes back. Deutsch now with a big hit in the corner. Cross ice pass over to the Caps. Besham pokes it loose. Kirk's the other way. Takes it into the attacking zone. Shot. Saved by Fleming. Drops it. Not the smartest move. He ain't all there, is he? Fleming's still struggling to get that puck in his net. Or in his glove. Yeah, it's the glove's fault. Let's go with that. Sammy Ruiz in for the faceoff. Wins the faceoff to the corner. Kirk's got it there. Give it to Ruiz, who gives it right back to Kirk. Puck to the corner. Squirts out to the neutral zone. Played ahead. Suk back to get it. Now Sammy Ruiz. Backhand pass over to Deutsch. Deutsch will race down. Big hit. Looked like it was going to be a big hit. Didn't end up being a big hit. Caps have it on the goal line. Try to play it ahead. Jumps over everyone's stick. Deutsch knocked the wind out of himself. Played ahead. Weiner in the zone. Slides an easy one to the net. Fleming is there now and makes the easy save. Still struggles to get it picked up into his glove. Puck's down. Sent through the neutral zone, back to the Saints defensive zone. Ruiz turns it over there, out in front, loose puck. Collected by Jackson Heacock. He'll send it up the middle. Weiner's got it there. Gets it into Sheehy Skates. It'll go all the way down. Caps will play it around to the far side. Heacock takes it on the far boards. Worked away from him. Out to center ice. He jumps over Kretz. 4 seconds left. Delayed off icing. Seems like there should be more time left on the clock there, Sparky. That's what happens when you put a goaltending down on the clock. .2 seconds left. About to break out the 1.2 second play. My guess is it's lose the faceoff to the corner. Puck's down. Puck's to the corner. Oh, that play worked perfectly. So after one, score knotted at Goose Eggs. Shots on goal in favor of the Caps. 11-9. We'll take a break, clean the ice, get something to drink. See you back in 15 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ice. Your Dubuque Saints.
Saints have made their way back to the ice after the intermission. I've conferred with Coach Austin. He's instructed them to go out there and get one. We'll see how well they listen. Spent quality time with a number of these boys, and I can tell you teenagers don't listen in general, so good luck with that. Fleming back in net for the Caps. Stoll in the big paint for Dubuque. Sammy Ruiz will take the face-off to start us here for the second period. Puck's down. Caps control. They'll go D to D. Deutsch steals it just outside the blue line. Takes it in. Now Tsuk backhands it into the zone. Caps respond to reverse. Deutsch works around one. Backhands it into the nets. Sent out in front. Nobody home for Dubuque. Taken away by Deutsch. He'll send it back down below the goal line. Caps will pick it up there. They'll try and force it back out. Now they'll carry it through center ice across the center dot. Into the attacking down shot. Saved by Stoll. Kick to the corner. Throw it out in front. Beshin will fire it off to the corner as well. Loose puck. 9 ironed out to the center line by Beshin. Dump back in. Suk will go back and pick it up in front of the Zamdors. Long pass. Deflected by the Caps. Deflected by Sheehy. Big hit. Sheehy struggles to get back to his feet. We'll give him a minute here. Whether he just lost his breath. Looks like it might be a knee problem. She takes a seat on the bench. Jeff will go down and take a look at him. Puck's down at center ice. Hill takes Sheehy's spot out there with Heacock and Weiner. Kretz plays it over to Ruiz. Weiner kicks it up there. Plays it ahead to... Now sent down to the corner. Weiner tries to walk away from one. Loses in his skates. Bouncing puck. Knocked down by Heacock. Out to center ice. Kretz has got it there. Ruiz now walks it to the near side. Backhands it up to Hill. Hill gets it into the zone. Played back into the defensive zone. Kretz will go back to get it. Caps come with a little speed here. Sent back below the goal line. Held on by Stoll for the whistle. Sheehy's going to stay on the bench. Looks like he's all right. Jeff has left him to gather his thoughts. Kevin Edley steps out for the face-off. Schwartz has it. Plays it over to Nethery. He'll send it in the zone. Stop there by Fleming. Plays it hard to the corner, high off the glass. Schwartz collects it just outside the blue line. Gives it back to Suk, who feeds over to Beshin. Beshin will dump it back in the zone. Jumps over Fleming's stick on the far side. It's battled for there. Caps will walk it out to neutral ice. Now into the attacking zone they'll come. Ridden off by Suk. Loose puck. Bastion gets it over to Nethery. Nethery into the attacking zone. He's run off the puck there. Bastion pokes it loose. He's got it in the corner. Nobody there going for a change. Kirk works it down to the other corner now. Bastion below the goal line. Hits the brakes. Sends it out in front. Loose puck collected by the Caps. They'll take it the other way. Through neutral ice. Dumped into the zone. Saved by Stoll. He'll kick it out to the slot. Big hit on Sukuchov there. And it went back first into the boards. He's not feeling the best about his day. Sammy Ruiz behind the net. Suk is going to make his way to the bench. Played ahead. Kirk chips it into the zone. Battle for in the corner by Kirk. Caps will bring it up to the middle. Knocked outside the zone, but carried back in by Ruiz. Sammy's got it now. Plays ahead to Kirk. He'll get it in the zone. Taken into the zone by the Caps. Shot high and wide of the net. Hill plays it ahead. Heacock up to Weiner. Weiner in the zone. Diving play by the defenseman. Hill's got it there. Takes it around the back of the net. Back to the point. Ruiz has it. Fed it back down to the Caps. Held in by the ref. Played back on the far wall. Caps have it there. They'll play it ahead into the attacking zone, top of the slot. Shot towards the net, just wide. Loose puck in the slot. Collected by Hill. He'll try and bang it out. Weiner now across the blue line. Suk jumps back on the bench, off the bench. He's looking better. He has made his way off the bench now. Getting checked up by Jeff in the tunnel area. Played back. Caps got it up just inside the blue line. They'll work it up the far side. Shot wide of the net. Collected there by Henkel. Offsides. Schwartz in for the faceoff. Played into the Caps bench. We'll do it again. Puck's down. Knocked back into the Caps defensive zone. They'll advance it through center ice. Into the attacking zone. Takes it wide. Shot towards the net. Kick to the corner by Stoll. Now off the far boards. Dealing with a big hit over there. It's knocked off the back wall. Caps control still. Now Beshin backhands it around the boards. Held in by the Caps. Chipped up in the air. Caught by Stoll for a whistle. Face-off coming to the left of Stoll. Sammy Ruiz in for the face-off. Puck's down. Controlled by Dubuque. Kretz will play it off the boards. Held in by the Caps. Sent on net. Kicked aside by Kretz. Now played back off the boards. Held in again. Caps send it towards the net. Bouncing puck covered by Stoll. We'll get a whistle. .55 left in the second period. Ruiz in for the faceoff. Back to Kretz. Kretz has got it there. Kirk tries to play it out. Kicked down by the Caps. They'll hold it in the zone. Touch towards the center. Center onto the far side. They'll bang it back down to the corner. Deutsch now plays off to Kirk. Kirk tries to send it far. Hook loose. Kirk or Deutsch on a break. Now it's chipped back up to the air. The Caps are coming the other way. 3-on-2. Shot, goal. Cats jump out to an early lead. One to nothing Caps. 10-16 left in the second period.
Des Moines goal scored with 10:16 remaining in the second period. Goal was
Puck's
scored
down. Judson
by
Hill
number
carries
10,
it into the zone.
Gage Barons, assisted on the play by number 1, Jackson Fleming.
Got a goalie assist on that one. Covered by Stoll. We'll hold on for a whistle. Puck's down. Caps control. Shot on net. Wide. Rebound. Jumps over the stick. Out to the slot. Backhander. Shot high. Wide. Rebound. Kick to the side by Beshin. Sent to the far boards. Held just inside the zone. Heacock can't quite get it there. Knocked down by Beshin on the near side of the boards. Kicked out. Cap shot. Wide of the net. Off to the side. They'll force it to the corner. Back to the point. Henry Ferrari tips around one. Sent out to the slot. Loose puck. Taken away by Hill. It's in his stick or in his skates. Now backhanded over to the other D. Shot. Saved by Stoll. He'll hold on for a whistle. We'll get Michael Sneffus and Nethery out with Kretz and Ruiz back on defense. Puck's down. Caps control. Shot. Saved by Stoll. Steffens picks it up on the far side. Kretz has got it now. Plays it up ahead. 3-on-2. Steffens through. Shot. Not sure that was the best 3-on-2 play. Kick aside. The Caps will bring it out to center ice. Steffens now in the zone. Passes back to the Caps. Caps long cross ice pass. They'll bring it the other way. Off their stick into the corner. Kretz has got it there. Ridden hard into the boards. Ruiz behind the net. Delayed call coming on that Kretz hit. Caps will touch it up. The Saints will go on the power play. So at 8:20 left in the second period, shots on goal favor the Caps, 23-12. Caps are going to get a checking from behind penalty on that. So someone's going to have to go keep number 6 company. Be Laugesen. So the Saints on the power play now. We'll get Sammy Ruiz out with Kerber Deutsch, Jensen Hill, Sukachoff, and Kretz. Kirkenbush, not Kretz, I'm sorry.
Paxton Sacred. That's a 2 and a 10 for a check from behind. The 2 will be served by number 18, Luke Longston. That puts Dubuque on the Dottie's Cafe power play.
Puck's down. Deutsch gets it back to Suk. Suk walks the blue line. Takes it over to the faceoff dot. Gets it. Deutsch in the middle. Fans on a shot. Now fired out in front. Hill gets a piece of it. Ruiz in for the faceoff. Puck down. Caps control. Back to Ruiz. Off to Suk. Suk tries to get back to Ruiz. Wasn't ready for it. All the way down below the goal line. Loose puck battle for. Caps clear it. Like to the ice. Still will stop it behind his net. Suk go back to get it. Pauses behind the net to set up the play. Now he'll walk it out the near side. Gives off to Hill. Long cross ice pass off to Kirk. Kirk takes it into the zone. Back to Suk at the blue line. Tries to give it back down to Kirk. Cap steal. Kirk works it back. Gives up to Ruiz from the top of the circle. Shot. Saved by Fleming. He'll hold on for a whistle. Minute left on the power play. Netherly comes up for the faceoff. He's out there with Heacock and Steffes. Kretz and Weiner back on D. Saints win the faceoff. Get it back to Kretz. Down to Heacock. Heacock from the top of the circle. Drops off for Kretz. Kretz down below the goal line to Steffes. Steffes gives off to Nethery. Back to Kretz. Back to Nethery. Tries to feed it down to Steffes. Steffes behind the net. Tries to walk around one. Spins, hands off to Heacock. Heacock dropped off for Kretz. Kretz tripped up as he goes down the boards. Gives to Brody Steffes behind the goal line. Steffes off to Heacock. Might want to get a shot here in the near future. Back to Kretz, who falls down. Caps take it the other way. Backhander saved by Stoll. Sent ahead, just out of the reach of Nethery. The Caps will kill off the last minute of this power play.
Des Moines at full strength.
Caps now behind their own net. Walks around one. Back behind the net. Played out to the near side. Kirk steals it there. Shot. Saved by Fleming. He'll hold on for a whistle. Send around to the far side. The Caps have it there. They'll play it ahead to their own zone. Deutsch has it now. Carries it back. Gives off to Beschen. Beschen plays it ahead to Ruiz. Ruiz has it knocked off his sticks. The Caps are off sides. Caps win the faceoff. Send it into the zone. Gets by Beshin. Wraps around to the far corner. Back to Sukachov. Back to the point. Chipped in front. Loose puck. Caps trying to kick it out. Knocked down by Beshin. Plays it out to the far side. Puck's loose in front. Still bouncing. Now collected. Loose in the slot. Sammy Ruiz tries to play it out. Caps will knock it back down below the goal line. Wrapped around to the far side. Deutsch is there. Pulls it off the board. Loose puck in the slot. Backhander. Blocked. Kretzel or Kirkenbush will walk it off the far side. Deutsch stops at the blue line. Down he goes there. Beshin battles forward on the near boards. Ferrari sends it across the ice. Collected there by the Caps D. Now working into the zone. 3-on-2. Offsides. Saved by Stoll. Cade Weiner in for the faceoff. Controlled by the Caps. They'll take it into the zone. Ruiz plays it off to Hill. Hill now works it down to the low. Out in front. Loose puck. Can't be collected. Battle forward in the near boards. Now squirts out the center ice. Picked up by Ruiz. They'll send it down the boards into the corner. Weiner battles for it there. Gets it to a stick. Back to Kretz at the point. Fires it down low. Off the end boards. Loose puck kicked out into the slot. Backhander off the stick of Heacock. Cade Weiner holds it in. Tries to dance around two. Hard off the boards. They'll get it out to neutral ice. And that's an icing. So 3:49 left in the second period. Schwartz in for the faceoff. Puck's down. Played up the boards. Caps will race down and get it. Stolen away by Suk. They'll play it out to neutral ice. Mueller now tries to beat the icing the other way and can't quite get there. So face-off to come to the left of Stoll. 3:36 left in the second period. Still looking for our Sudbury Bulldogs. Game stick of the game, most valuable player. Puck's down. Caps control. Shot. Over the netting. That one's out of here. Could have been too high. Maybe too hard. Doesn't matter. It's effing gone. Puck down again. Sammy Ruiz for the faceoff. Clearly jumps offside and gets kicked out of the dot for his work. Captain Kirk will step in. Assistant Captain Kirk doesn't have the same ring to it. Center around behind the boards. Deutsch will pick it up on the far side. Battled out to center ice. Kirk's got it there. Plays it across to Beshin. Beshin in front of his own bench. Dumps it into the zone. Fleming stops it in the slot. Shot. High and wide. Kicks all the way back to Beshin at the blue line. Wrapped around behind the net. Now it's sent out through center ice. Shot blocked by Beshin. Rebound collected and fired high and wide of the net. Caps will get it. Saved by Stoll. He'll hold on for a whistle. Wider in for the faceoff. Puck's down. Ruiz takes it beyond the net, plays it head to Hill. Hill tries to get out to center, stolen by the Caps. They'll bring it down to the slot. Picked up by Heacock. Heacock bangs it out of the zone. It's going to slow down before it makes the icing. Hill presses the issue. Big hit there. Not sure what we're going to call. Tripping. Player was clearly on his way down. Tripping.
Debut penalty coming with 2:26 remaining in the second period. Penalties on number 14, Jensen Hill. 2 minutes for tripping.
So 2:20 seconds, 2:26 left in the second period. Saints will send out Heacock and Weiner to kill the penalty. Kretz and Beschen back on defense. Puck's down. Heacock will send it to the near boards. Gets it out to center ice. Weiner turns and spins, sends it the length of the ice. Fleming plays it there behind his own net, tees it up. Work through the middle, into the attacking zone comes Parker. Battle for in the far boards. Weiner gets it out to neutral ice. Caps will play it cross ice. Turned over there. Weiner with a nice steal inside his zone. Tries to walk around two. Kirk's got it now. Killing some time at center ice. Set the length of the ice. Fleming will stop it behind his net. Caps wheel and deal. Send a long cross ice pass collected at center ice by Deutsch. He'll work it the other way. Poked off his stick. Caps come back into the zone. Drop it off to the D. They'll go D to D. Now at the tops of the circles. Works it down the far boards. Plays it back to the D. Over to the faceoff dot. Cross ice pass from the other faceoff dot. Sent out in front. A little too hard, a little too fast. Redirection. Stoll's got it. Short-sided. Nice save. Kicked out in front. Loose puck. Backhanded out. Caps will regroup in their own defensive zone. Now played ahead. Dropped off just inside the zone. Saints have it in the slot. They'll play it ahead. Beschen gets it up to Kirk. Kirk works across the blue line. Shot deflected by the defenseman. He'll go for a change. Back behind the net. And that'll do it for the Caps power play. Knocked down by Hill as he jumps out of the box. Beschen back to collect it in the corner. He'll send it around the boards. Caps have it in their own defensive zone. Just 10 seconds left. They'll play it back behind the net. And that'll do it on the second period. Caps ahead, 1-0. Caps leading 26-15 in shots. Take a break, clean the ice. See you back here in about 15 minutes. Too tight. Working through some technical difficulties here.
All right, as we get ready for the third period, let's go Saints!
Puck's down. Caps control. Turn it over behind the goal line. Lost in the slot. Stoll knocks it back behind the net. Sukuchov carries it up the ice, sends it towards the zone. Fleming plays it out. Goes the length. Stoll stops it. Suk picks it up behind the net. Bastion's back. Carries it into the zone. Knocked down to the corner. Caps will control it behind the net. Try and play it out the near side. Backhand pass through the slot. Nobody home. They'll ride Kretz backwards into the boards. Get a penalty for that. Sheehy back out on the ice. Still stretching on his legs. Oh, yeah. I completely forgot I had that. Well, the Saints will set out on a power play. Sammy Ruiz out for the faceoff.
Des Moines penalty coming with 15:42 remaining in the third period. Penalty was on.
Caps win the faceoff. Send it back to the blue line. Held in by Deutsch. Gets it over to Ruiz. Now it's worked out to center ice. Played over to Kirk. Caps force it back. Now, Peshin's got it in his own defensive zone. Plays it over to Hill. Hill will advance it through center ice. Dumps it into the zone. Kirk will win the race to the corner to pick it up. He's tripped down there. No call. Seemed like a pretty obvious grip. Maybe he toe picked. Peshin now drops off for Ruiz. Over to Kirk. Kirk walks it through. Hill shot high and wide. Back to Beshin. Beshin races it back into the defensive zone. He'll circle behind his own net. Sends it out the far side to Sammy. Back to Beshin. Works around one. Drops off for Sammy. Cross ice pass stolen. They're going the other way. Nice save by Stoll. Shooter seems mad that he knocked the net off. That's what happens. So the Saints will send out Weiner, Heacock, Sheehy, Steffes, and Sukuchov. Caps win the faceoff. Weiner works it out of the corner. He'll bring it up the far side, sends it ahead. Sheehy gets a piece of it off the Heacock. Heacock will take it in, wide in the zone. Cuts back towards the middle. Drops off for Steffes. Puck's loose. Heacock's got it. Gives back to Suk. Suk hard down to Sheehy. Shot, high and wide. Wraps around to the near side. Caught by Weiner. Weiner sends it back over to Sheehy. Drops it off for Suk. Suk can carry it down the far boards into the corner. Back to Sheehy at the point. Down to Steffes. Down to Suk in the corner. Suk gets tied up there. Steffes comes in, helps him out, takes it behind the net. Played off to Weiner. Shot saved by the goaltender. Now Steffes in the corner. Takes a big hit. Wrapped around. Gets by Sheehy in the corner. Or 3-on-2 the other way. Weiner and Suk back. Caps go to a knee, get a shot off. Stoll's going to hold on for the whistle. Puck's down. Controlled by the Caps. They'll try and send it on net. It's blocked in front by Kretz. Set out in front. Taken by Kretz. He'll play off to Kirk. Kirk will race it through center ice. Knocked off the puck there. The Caps will counter. 2-on-2 the other way. Takes it wide of the net. Shot. Saved by Stoll. Rebound collected. Loose puck. Wrapped around behind the net. Kirk's got it there. Plays it ahead to Deutsch. Just out of his reach. Carried in. Shot wide of the net. Onto the back of the net. Chopped at. Now fired to the corner. Picked up on the far side. Played back around behind the net. Ruiz has got there. Plays it off to Weiner. Ruiz around the back. Off to Kretz. Kretz up the far boards. Ruiz sends it over. Tries to get it to his brother. Can't connect. They'll take it back in. Another bad change. Stoll bails him out again. Fired through the slot. Another save by Stoll. Ruiz sends it the length of the ice for an icing. Puck's down. Sheehy wins it back to Suk. Suk plays it out to center ice. Races on. Heacock's going to pin him in the corner. Nope. Weiner takes it away. Floats it back to the point. Sukuchov sends it over to Heacock. Heacock rams it down the boards. Weiner's got it behind the goal line. Tries to send it through the crease. Back through the blue line. Into the attacking zone. Shot saved by Stoll. Jensen Hill, Brody Steffes got the net. Really step out on the ice. Played around behind the net. Sook's got it there. High off the boards. Shot fired wide of the net. Net's off. Possession goes down. Pekarofsky twins on defense for the Caps. They were alternates on the 80 Olympic team in Calgary. Heatherly in for the faceoff. Played into the slot. Brody Steffen has it now on the near boards. Batted forward at the blue line. Now sent back to the far blue line. Caps have it there. They'll try to advance it through center ice. Sook's got it in the corner. He'll walk it behind the net. Played up the near side to Steffes. And we'll get a whistle. Shot, saved by Stoll. He'll hold on for a whistle. Puck battled for on the far side. Now knocked back down into the corner. Kretz will go back to get it. Deutsch now plays it ahead. Kretz on a breakaway. Walks down the, or not Kretz, Kirkenbush. Shot, save, rebound. Kicked wide of the net. Stolen by Ruiz, top of the circle. Tries to get it off to Kirk again. Kirk's got it. Sends it over to Ruiz. Held in by Kretz. Blocked. The Caps will go the other way. Taken down by Ruiz. I think the skate got caught in his lederhosen. But they're going to give him a penalty anyway.
The youth penalty coming with 9:50 remaining in the third period. Penalty is on number 26, Nico Ruiz. 2 minutes for holding. That puts Rebuke back on the Southwest Health penalty kill.
Puck's down. Caps get it back to their D. Giving off to Heacock. Heacock will send it to length. Caps will pick it up behind their own net. They'll work it up the near side in front of their benches. Through center ice they'll come. Dumps it into the zone. Weiner's got it now. He'll send it to length of the ice. Still on the penalty kill. Caps work around the back of the net. Jackson Heacock runs him off on the far corner. He'll send it back down. Caps will work it back into the zone. Dropped off there. Back to the blue line. Set towards the net. Chipped in front. Covered by Stoll. He'll hold on for a whistle. Caps have it. Back to the D. They'll work it to the near side. Shot saved by Stoll. Caps player kicked out of the faceoff. Kirk says, I take on all comers. Sent around behind the net. Kicked on the far side. Stole with the save. Puck's down. Back to the Caps D. They'll play it over to the near side. Again, back to the D. Fans on the pass. Sends a D to D pass. Deutsch with a nice poke check. Caps regroup. Wheeled out to the blue line. Backhanded pass to the boards. Picked up by Ferrari. He'll walk the blue line. Gives off to the near side. Slot through, or pass through the slot. Unconnected. Sukuchov knocks it over to the far side. 10 seconds left on that power play. Kick back to the blue line. Fed to the top of the circle. Shot. Saved by Stoll.
Dubuque at full strength.
Poke loose. Back to the point. Shot. Caught by Stoll. He'll hold on for a whistle. We'll get Weiner, Heacock, and Sheehy back out. They'll be back by Kretz and Ruiz. Puck's down. Caps control. Shot. Saved by Stoll. Ruiz has got it below the goal line. He'll wrap it up the near boards. Weiner gets it off to Sheehy, who sends it the length of the ice for an ice.
As a reminder, there's no seating allowed in the private suites during Midwest High School Hockey League games. If you guys could please remove yourself from the Anderson Windows suite immediately. To the players in the Anderson Windows suite, please remove yourself.
Shot
leave the building.
collected by Heacock on the far side. Shot.
The rules of the Dubuque Fighting Saints at the Diamond Arena.
Caps have it now. They wheel it up to the blue line. Weiner with a nice poke check. Shot fired high and wide. Deflected by Ruiz. Played up to the near boards. Sent cross ice. They'll knock it back into the zone. Ruiz now picks it up behind the net. Sheehy gets it over to Kretz. Kretz has got it in the corner. Send it into the zone. Heacock knocks it all the way down to the corner. Glove down by the Caps. Right through the middle. Weiner skates over top of it. The Caps have it now. They'll bring it out right up the middle. Tip there on the right side of the blue line for no ice. Weiner plays it up through center ice. Knocked down. Kirk can't quite get all of it. Caps will come back the other way. Pass to the slot. Knocked loose. Deutsch will race it up the far side. Drops it off there. Can't quite get it to Ruiz. Now the Caps back out to neutral ice. Sukuchov has it. Plays across to Beshin. Beshin's got it there. Sends it on net. Covered by no. Played off to the left. Sammy Ruiz knocks it loose behind the net. Caps will try and bring it out the near one side. High off the boards. Caps have control in their own defensive zone. They'll bring it out. Played through the neutral zone. All the way down to the corner. They'll ride Sukuchov into the board. Kirk picks it up. He'll walk it out. Back in and pass. Out ahead to Sheehy. Gets the left. They'll battle for it in the corner. Sheehy's got it there. He's rubbed off the puck. Sheehy gives off to Kretz. Kretz over to Beshin. Back to Kretz. Sent ahead. Weiner walks around one, tries to dance around another. Caps take control. They'll clear the zone. Beshin fires it back in. Knock loose. Weiner the other way. Gets a man off the bench. 2-on-1. Walks around one in the slot. Nice save by Jackson Fleming. Caps the other way now. 2-on-2. Backhander saved by Stoll. Not a lot of control going on in this game. It's really back and forth. Both goaltenders have played very well. Caps have 42 shots on goal. That seems a bit excessive. Puck's down. Fired towards the net. Caps now have it in the corner. They'll play it back to their D. Held in there. D to D. Fans on the shot. Steffens has it. We're 3-2 the other way. Steffens across the blue line. Drops off for Hill. Hill walks it to the goal line. It's chipped around by the Caps. They'll work it off the far side. Play it out through center ice. Sukuchov takes it there. He'll advance it up. Held in at the blue line. Caps pick it up. Back through center ice. Sammy Ruiz has it there. Tries to get it in the zone. He's knocked off the puck. Now Deutsch presses. Caps pass. Can't be caught. Beshin sends it back in. Jumps over the stick of Fleming behind the net. Played up the boards. Taken away by Kirk. He's got it back. Plays it back to Kretz. Sent across. Over to Beshin. Beshin puts it in the zone. Fleming stops it behind the net. He'll play it off the near boards. Kirk spins it. Sends it towards the center. Covered by Fleming. So out in front. Oh, loose puck. Kirk couldn't quite finish. Played through center ice, taken back by Ruiz. He works it back into the zone, drops it off of Kirk. Kirk to the slot. Tipped on the back wall. Caps will advance it out. Long cross ice pass, collected there. Kretz will force him wide. Toe drag, kick wide of the net. Caps now on the goal line. They'll walk it down. Loose in the slot. It's taken away by Weiner. He's got Heacock out in front of him. Can't hit him. Now Ruiz will carry it in the zone. Drops it off for Heacock on the boards. He'll send it back down to the corner. Weiner's got it there. Weiner tries to walk away from one. The Caps take it away. Sammy Ruiz battles for it in the other corner. Weiner takes it. Caps take it back. Weiner again on the puck. Tries to walk up the boards. Taken down hard. That's a high stick. But it's not going to be a high stick because Dubuque's going to play it. Beshin's got it behind the net. Long pass. Gets touched at the red line, so no ice. Knocked loose by Heacock. Back behind the net. The Caps trying to break it out. Long aerial pass off the center ice. Souk's underneath it. Played ahead. Knocked into the zone. Now played up. CJ Mullen there. Walks around one. Into the zone. Back in the pass. Caps have it now. Out to the point. Sent into the zone. And we'll get a whistle. If there's a time to call timeout, now would be the time to do it. Saints are going to let the faceoff come all the way down. Now they'll call it. Caps jerseys are unique tonight. There's been a couple different comments. I don't think these are the normal jerseys. You've got some advertising on the back. They are unique, to say the least. Saints look like they'll send out the top line. They've got Sammy Ruiz, Carver Deutsch, Carter Kirkenbush queued up to go. Meeting of the minds down there with the goaltenders. You can tell serious conversations are being had there. Hey, he shot me right here. Oh, Deutsch, or Stoll, true goaltender, goes over the boards, doesn't use the door. Austin playing hangman. It's a four-letter word, ends in O-A-L. That's what we're looking for here. Can anyone tell me what the word is? For teenagers, they're perplexed. It's good going out there for the fans. Need some cowbell. If you're at home, grab the cowbell. Ring it really loud. If you're out of town, the hotel probably won't appreciate that. So the Saints will come out with an empty net. They'll send Kirk, Ruiz, Deutsch, Beschen, Hill, Weiner. 1:12 left in the period. They win the faceoff, get it back to Beschen. Beschen over to Ruiz from the point. His shot's blocked. They'll send it back down to the corner. The Caps have it there. Held in by Deutsch. Just on the boards. Hill walks it down, gives it to Deutsch. Deutsch back to Ruiz at the point. Gives it over to Beschen. Beschen shot through traffic. Loose puck in the slot. Tip wide. Capitals outrun the two defensemen that are back for Dubuque. Shot, goal. So with 42 seconds left in the third period, Caps strike again with an empty net goal. Sheehy out for the faceoff. Caps control. They'll play it out to center ice. Stole back in net for the Saints. Saints battle for it along the boards. Played out to center ice. They go the length in front of the Zam door. Winder down there to battle for it. Works it back up the wall. Sent all the way out. Stoll will come out to play it. Weak pass out to center ice, but enough to draw the offsides. Now sent back in. 4 seconds left. Just got it on the goal line. That'll do it. Final score from Dubuque is 2-0 in favor of the Caps. Shots on goal finish at 43-22 in favor of the Caps. We'll be back tomorrow, 8 a.m. for JV. We'll see you then.